Well, you really know that you're in the middle of dairy country when you see butter burgers on the menu. And the folks at Sully's Grill have been serving up these beautiful burgers since 1936. Lucky for us, Ashley's here to show us how to make them at home.
Now, I was lucky enough to go to Sully's Grill when a couple friends of ours got married.
Oh, nice.
It was amazing. So we brought the recipe here, and I'm going to show you what we came up with.
Lovely.
So I did get a little bit of shade when I started to develop this recipe, and people would walk by and say, "Are you really putting butter on a burger?" Because I admit it is a different thing. But once you try this, you're not going to want to go back.
I'm firmly in pro-butter camp, so you'll get no pushback from me.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I have a pound of 90% lean ground beef. I'm going to form these into 4.5-inch wide patties, and they'll be about a 1/2 inch thick. Now, they have this flat top at Sully's. It's like the flat top of my dreams. And it's just so well seasoned because it's been there for years and years. So naturally, in order to get as much seasoning as they get on theirs from their seasoned flat top, I'm gonna mimic that by adding 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt and 3/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. First, I'm gonna combine them and season both sides of the patties.
All right, so seasoning goes on the outside.
Yes.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm gonna finish seasoning the patties and then transfer them to the refrigerator for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Now we're gonna move on to the onions. I'm gonna start by melting 1 tablespoon of salted butter, and salted is important because again, we want as much of that seasoning as possible. While I'm doing that, I'm going to chop 1 onion.
Okay.
Now the onion is just as important here as the butter is to the burger. We're not chopping this fine.
Okay.
I'm using a bench scraper, which is just one of the best, most helpful tools in the kitchen. I'm gonna transfer the onions to the saucepan. And then again, we are stewing the onions. So in order to get the proper texture like they do get at Sully's, we had to add a little bit of water. So I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of water with 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna cook these over medium heat for about 5 minutes until the onions are translucent. And I'm going to cover the pan with a lid. Okay, 5 minutes is up. Let's take a look-see.
Oh, starting to smell the onions.
Yep, but as you can see, they are translucent. There isn't a ton of browning on them. So now what I'm gonna do is continue to cook the onions over medium heat until just beginning to brown for about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got some burger buns and they are waiting for their moment to shine, but I need to toast them first. So I have an oven rack that I adjusted to 6 inches from the broiler element because we're gonna be broiling these until lightly toasted. Okay, now that is what I am talking about. So I'm gonna turn the heat off and put the lid back on just to cover to keep them warm. And now let's go get the bun.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So before I cook the beef patties, I wanna get this step done ahead of time because it just makes everything go quicker once the beef is cooked. And you're gonna put a couple tablespoons on each bun.
2 tablespoons on each bun? Mm-hmm. I would like to point out that you're not buttering these buns, you're frosting them with butter.
Trust me, I was a skeptic too.
I'm speechless.
Let's move on.
All right.
Now, we've got our 12-inch skillet here. I'm gonna heat this over high heat with 1/2 teaspoon of vegetable oil.
Okay.
Butter's got no place here.
Right.
It would have a tendency to burn.
To scorch, yes, absolutely.
All right, we're just smoking. I'm gonna add the patties and cook these without moving them for 3 minutes on the first side. Now that is the sound you wanna hear.
That's a good sound.
And the reason we're not going to move them is because at this stage, they're gonna get really nice and crisp and brown. And if we were to move them around, it's just gonna make all that stuff fall off.
Right, okay.
So 3 minutes, and I'm gonna wash my hands.
Sounds good.
All right, I'm gonna give these a flip.
It sounds like we're at Sully's right now.
I know.
Oh,
Yep.
nice char.
But not that dark char.
No.
It's the good char. Okay, I'm gonna cook these for 1 more minute.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's add the cheese. One of my favorites, American cheese.
Exactly.
Soft spot in my heart for it. All right, so I'm gonna put these on here and just let the cheese melt for like 30 seconds or so.
Okay.
And then once they come off, Bun City.
Bun City.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yep. Okay, onion time. Oh yeah.
Yes, please. Oh, yes.
Okay, let's just watch what happens in the
Okay.
next few seconds.
I need a moment.
I know.
I'm tearing up. I'm going in for this beautiful one. Can I get an amen right here? That is beautiful.
Okay. Okay, how am I going to do this?
Yes. Is there a methodology? Is
Well, I
it the
think we
crane
just-
reach?
Yeah, I think we just crane it.
All right, folks. Lights out. Let's all
out.
just head out.
Yep.
That's as good as it gets.
Pack it up.
Pack it up.
We are going home.
But the burgers are still juicy. The onions, though. Super soft.
You know?
The butter is both a textural flavor addition. It's kind of a sauce. It blends in with those onions.
How's post butter burger Bridget doing?
PBBB. I'm going to be fine.
Okay.
As long as these keep coming in a
That's
steady
true.
stream.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. We all thank you. To make these great burgers at home, stew onions until they're soft and lightly browned. Slather toasted buns with tons of butter. And cook thin beef patties hard and fast to create a great crust. So from Cook's Country via Wisconsin, the almighty Wisconsin Butter Burgers. Thanks for watching Cook's Country from America's Test Kitchen. So what'd you think?
Leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or just say hi.
Now you can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
Alligator.